bunch of shit went down. The judge dismissed pretty much all of the cases. The only things that are left that are yet to be ruled on are Rial, Soye, and Funimation's defamation charges, and conspiracy for Rial and Soye. But everything else, thrown out. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I didn't ride the case as hard as a lot of other people did, is because I know how our legal system works. And if you want to know of how awesome our legal system is, there was that case from fairly recently. Yeah, I think Mr. Obvious did a video about this, where it was a divorce, child custody dispute was going on. And the courts, as they usually do, they followed their usual policy of whatever's in the best interests of the woman, and they gave the couple's kid to the mentally unstable woman. Despite all the warnings, she killed the kid, and then the man was obviously pretty mad at the judge, because technically that judge's got blood on her hands right now. So he was ripping on the judge for that decision. And what do? They throw him in jail. They throw him in jail because he dared criticize a judge who knowingly gave a kid to a mentally unstable woman when the man would have been clearly the better option in that case, and the kid ended up dying. This is our legal system. So any man who's ever been through the divorce grinder, the family court system, knows exactly what to expect from our legal system. So that's where we stand. The Vic situation is not really looking that good, especially with the notarizations that Ty Beard kind of screwed up. I still don't know exactly what he screwed up in them. Haven't been paying that much attention. But that apparently resulted in all of his notarized stuff being thrown out. That was pretty harsh right there. I wonder what's going to happen next. I really do. I don't want to be all doom and gloom, because a lot of cases actually end up going like this. They stack the charges high. They just pile them on. And most of them are a distraction for the stuff they really want to hit you with. But the fact that the tortious interference was thrown out, that's kind of weird. But yeah, what's going to happen now going forward, though? That's the big question. There's still a few more decisions to be made. There's potentially going to be some appeals, so you got to be aware of that. But what's next? What's going to happen after this? Well, I could bet that the NPCs are going to be pretty emboldened by these decisions and are going to start trying to ruin even more people's lives. And to that, all I got to say is, bitch, that works both ways. So, yeah, I think, like I said in the previous couple of videos and streams, it's about time we take the kid gloves off and just assume they're following the golden rule and treat them like they want to be treated. They are all for cancel culture, so let's cancel all of them. And funny enough, that leads into the next thing I suggest we can do. That being, as usual, vote with our wallets. So if you were paying attention to the hearing, the judge was pretty much asking, why isn't Vic suing Funimation for wrongful termination instead of all this other stuff? And Ty was dead on when he said, well, because they pretty much make pocket change for their voice acting work. It's the conventions where these voice actors get most of their money. And that is what Vic was most concerned with, is losing his main source of income being convention appearances. So just keep that in mind. I mean, if you can't let go of the anime Funimation licenses and you have to watch the dub for whatever reason, I guess if you're half blind and you can't read the subs, I can sympathize. And you have to support Funimation, if you're not willing to sail the seven seas. But that's okay. Don't need to worry about it too much. Because as long as nobody shows up to these NPCs at the conventions, they will lose their primary source of income. Yeah, you guys have seen the images from the past couple of cons that both Vic and Monica were at, and the lines, comparatively. There's still a lot that can be done. It's not that bad. I actually firmly believe we're in the death throes of the NPC movement right now. They're actually meeting a lot of resistance. In my opinion, they played their hand way too soon. They were playing up a real good infiltration and subversion game for the longest time. And then they played their hand way too soon. They thought they already had enough power so that we can't beat them, so they revealed themselves, and now everybody's fighting back. And just like a cornered rat lashing out at a cat, that's what we're going to be seeing right now. We're going to be seeing a lot more lashing out. But that's just because they probably know their days are numbered. So that's the situation, by the way. That's what's going on. I gotta say, man, these NPCs, they got some sick burns in. Like Greg Douchette, he actually got a good one in on Ricada when he was pointing out, hey, remember it was Ricada that recommended to Vic that he hire Ricada's family friend, Ty Beard, and now look what happened. Oh, yeah, that was quite the sick burn. The case ain't over yet, of course, but yeah, they're already running their victory laps. So we'll see if that continues, though.